Here is the first report from the forensic file. In the summer of 1949, America's most famous columnist, Walter Winchell, receives a letter from a man in California, Peter Camerlon Jones, claiming he witnessed a flying saucer in the hills near Los Angeles. What follows is a brief but fascinating exchange between journalists and federal agents preserved in FBI archives. Ernest Cuneo, a Washington insider, informs the Bureau that Walter Winchell has received a letter from Peter Camerlon Jones of Los Angeles. Jones describes a large silver metallic object shaped like a child's top, greenish in color, with two windows, seen while hiking in August 1947. The object rose silently off the ground and knocked him down. Cuneo calls the letter well-written and intelligent, suggesting Jones had some knowledge of physics. 3 days later, Assistant Director D.M. reports a call from Ernest Cuneo. Winchell wants to publish the story, but only if the FBI has no objection. Ladd replies that the Bureau has no stake in the matter and suggests checking with the Air Corps. Cuneo responds sharply, "To hell with the Air Force." Winchell, he says, only wants to avoid harming the Bureau. At this point, the FBI is getting more interested in the matter. Following the exchange, the Bureau instructs its Los Angeles office to discreetly check Jones's background and interview him. Agents visit the address listed in the letter, 164 West 37th Street, located in Los Angeles, California, a modest bungalow court near downtown Los Angeles. By July 18th, headquarters sends an urgent follow-up message. 3 days later, Los Angeles replies, "As you can see in this telegram, the present owner was found, who was manager for 1.5 years, and they located the previous manager, who worked there for 6 years. They had never heard of this fella, Peter Camerlon Jones. He was completely unheard of. Now, the FBI is no stranger to finding individuals, but as you can see here, they mention all other investigations in an endeavor to locate Jones was not productive." In less than 2 weeks, the Bureau closes the file. The name Peter Camerlon Jones never appears again in any verified record. The letter remains the only evidence, a single unverified account. Investigators today classify the case as unverifiable witness report, insufficient data. The address was real, but the man was not. The story cannot be confirmed or denied. It stands as a snapshot of early UFO hysteria, even when the nation's top columnists sought the Bureau's opinion. Next, let's take a look at the letter. So what got the FBI's interest in this columnist so excited? It was the letter relating that in August 1947, he was hiking in the mountains out of LA, and he observed about 1/2 block away from him a large silver metal object shaped like a child's top, about the size of a balloon. He gained this impression there was life within the object, though he saw no one. He stood up and waved toward the object, and within a second it took off, knocking him to the ground. In one of the last follow-up letters recorded in this file, Mr. Cuneo states, "I thought you would like to know that efforts made to locate Mr. Jones have been unsuccessful, and casual inquiry in the vicinity he mentioned did not develop information about anyone who is acquainted with him. I thought you might wish to consider the possibility that the original letter in this matter may have been a prank." And that is the FBI's conclusion in the matter. From a letter to a columnist to a brief federal inquiry, the Peter Camerlon Jones case reminds us how mystery and bureaucracy often intersect. The truth may be lost, but the paper trail endures.